This is my first time going live on Instagram. Facebook is my forum to teach. This is just share knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. So I am out here where I grew up, where I spent a lot of my time out here. And I was just admiring the trees. You see how big the tree is? The tree is big. It's big, big. Forrest, what's up, homie? You wild and free in nature, bro. How you feel? You feel good? Because you don't have to be on the leash? That's what's up. That's my dog. That's my motherfucking dog. So, for those of you who don't know me, I am Shonda K. I have accomplished a lot of things in my life. So, you can just call me Dr. Flowers. But I'm out here. I came back to where I grew up at. And I spent a lot of my time in church. My grandmother was the pastor, full of power. I was raised by my mother's mother. And my father's mother, she was the pastor. So I had all of this feminine energy, strong feminine energy surrounding me. There goes some wood. I'm going to take that. Right there. Yeah. For the fire tonight. So I decided that I needed to come off of Facebook, give Facebook a break. I said I'm going to hit up these other forums, Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn. I have a record label that I started about a year ago. And have some artists from Belize, myself, my group, Your Majesty. You know what I'm saying? We doing this shit. We just signed a deal with Nike. So at 41 years old, I can say that I have accomplished the majority of the things that I wanted to do in my life. The only thing that's really missing is the overflow, the abundance. And so what I have been having to do in order to manifest this abundance is look within and start to heal things in my life that was holding me back from good things that I should have had. So the way I healed is not, was definitely not the way I was raised. I was raised in the church. But I have since come to know that no one is coming to save us and that we have to save ourselves. So after finding that out, I learned about the great mother god, Asha. I learned that everything is feminine. Only feminine energy exists. All life is feminine in the womb. It's female. We all female. So I got all this truth, and still I needed healing. I had a healer come, and I witnessed her casting out demons out of a little boy over the phone. A little boy, he was possessed, and his mother called her, the healer that I invited, to come stay at my tent because I live at a campsite. And so she came, and I witnessed her over the phone. Man, this tree is amazing. Over the phone, wrestling with this demon inside of this little boy. Because I had got to the point where I'm like, okay, black woman God, everything is feminine. All life come through the womb, not a rib. That's basically it. But I was reminded, when she came to stay with me, I was reminded of the power that I grew up around and witnessing my grandmother do the same thing. She was casting out demons in the name of Jesus. So it was like, okay, here we go. I had to tap back in. So once I was reminded about that, I had remembered that earlier this year I had bought some crystals. And I put all the crystals on at one time, and it made me sick, like I was about to vomit. So the girl I was with at the time, she was like, well, you ain't supposed to put them all on at the same time. You know how much power that is? And I'm just like, oh, shit. Okay. But really, I was supposed to keep them on because I was getting ready to expel my own demons. It's deep. So I remember that, hey, I probably, now that you're here, this is like a couple months ago, now that you're here, let me go get my crystals out of my storage. She's like, what the hell are they in your storage for? I'm like, you know, I'm scared of them motherfuckers. They got me around here about to throw up. So I go get the crystals, I put them on, and the same day, that same night, I was able to purge my own demons, and which led on my path and journey for healing. It just removed a lot of blockages that was making me feel like I was the shit. Like I was perfect. Like I didn't have shit I needed to change. It's everybody else's fault. They the ones that's fucked up, and they got me fucked up. But I was the one that was fucked up. So I had to face myself. And about a year ago, I decided to live in a tent. I decided to, you know, downsize everything because I knew, like, I've been in the lawn service business for 12 years. I'm tired of this shit. I need something, like, I'm a fucking superstar. I'm a, you know what I'm saying? I'm a lyricist. I'm this, I'm that. You know, I need to, and then I got these artists in Belize. They're amazing artists. So I'm like, okay, if I'm gonna make this work, because it takes money to push this shit, which I didn't have. And I still don't, but I have the faith, and I use whatever resources I have. I have to be creative with this shit. You know what I'm saying? That's how you really make it. You work with what you got, and that's what I've been doing. So I decide that, okay, if I'm gonna start this record label, I need money. So I'm gonna have to go somewhere, move somewhere, do something different where I don't have to basically work to pay bills, and all the money I'm making, I gotta put it into bills. So, you know, I lived in Peru, I lived in Belize, I lived in the jungles of Belize and Peru too. So I already had the training, and I just had to do that here in the States. I'm in Florida. So I found a couple sites that are not too far from each other. They let you stay there like 2 weeks, then you have to go to the next one type shit. So that's what I've been doing for the past, maybe since February, March. That's what I've been doing. That's how I've been living. I've been able to invest in these artists, and, you know, now I made this plan that in a year I'm gonna be where I need to be. I believe that shit. You know, I worked the vision. I just didn't have faith and no works. I ain't have just works and no faith. I had them both together. And so now we just got to deal with Nike. This is a year later, like I said, a year later, which the money's from the deal with Nike and the other things that we have going on financially for Your Majesty, for Shonda K. I can now kind of give my guys, my artists, a chunk of that change, because we're still building their brand. Right? And so it's all about paying it forward too. You know, when you got it to give, you should give, but you shouldn't give to everybody. You got to kind of pick and choose, because motherfuckers is ratchet, and people not who they say they are. So working with these guys for a year, it started off being 4 artists, and now we're down to 2. You know, being a superstar is not easy, and then when you're underground, when you're coming up, they basically treat you like a slave. So when I was doing my thing with Your Majesty, we traveling all over the world and shit, people paying top dollar to come see us rocking the fucking mic, but we in the back standing in line in a fucking soup line, barely eating. So basically we're slaves. And I said, I ain't doing that shit this time. I gotta have my own. I've learned the business, I know the business, I can do it. And it's something that I've always desired, but I was never given the opportunity, because either I didn't have enough faith in myself, or people didn't have enough faith in me. But it's not about fucking people when you talk about taking control of your life, okay? Because at this point in time, we all feel the energy. We know something ain't fucking right. All the conspiracy theory shit is starting to manifest and come real, and become real and true and shit. So what are you doing to prepare yourselves? Because it's like a final war that's getting ready to take place. So what are you doing to prepare yourselves, to get yourselves ready? Are you still in a situation where, you know, you want to be rich for vain things? Or do you want to be rich so that you can prepare yourselves and your family in a safe space so that you can survive what's to come? Because this shit is about to go down. They're about to come down on our head. I told my Bone Slate crew, that's the name of my collective in Belize, the government decided October 1st, which is yesterday, that they were going to require vaccines to ride the bus, to buy groceries, to do anything. Basically what the book of Revelation talks about, right? If you don't have the mark, you ain't gonna be able to do shit. Asha, which is the great mother God, she said the U.S. will mirror Belize, and Peru will mirror the U.S., those three lands, because they're connected and we're all the same people. So what's going on in Belize, we see that the people's rights are being taken, or really they giving them up, you know what I'm saying? Because ain't nobody trying to fight, like ain't nobody trying to do shit, but just what they're told to do, the majority of the people. So that's fine if that's what you choose to do, but what are you doing to prepare yourselves? Are you putting up food? You ain't got to stock no toilet paper, because really we going to be moving around and shit to survive this shit. It's about to be some wild times coming up, y'all. But I told my Bone Slate crew, I say no matter what is going on in the earth, you're going to still be able to fulfill your dreams. You're going to still be able to do everything you said you was going to do. You're going to still be able to be successful and all that shit when the war is all of fuck around you. So how I was raised, I come from a religious background, and I have had to plunder through mounds and mounds of evidence, lies, truth, false, real, fake, to find the truth, the whole truth. And so now that I'm armed with the whole truth, I've been favored with my own label so that I can speak this shit to the masses, because time has ran out. And Shonda K as a solo artist has always been about the conscious movement and what's real. Your Majesty is fun. You know, Jewel B, shots out, you know what I'm saying? Rub it on your monkey and shit. You know, she helped me not be so serious all the time, where I can let my hair down. But my heart is for the people. And it has always been. So I'm coming to Instagram now, because I've been talking on Facebook for many years. And one thing that I kind of was a little skeptical of doing and not really ready to do was bring what I do in the background in my personal life to my artistic career. But it was said that, Shonda K, you got to get your spirit-based business going, your spiritual-based business. You know you're a prophet. You got to get that shit popping, because the time has ran out and the warning must go out to the people. I have all this power. I have the ability to release records all over the world, and I ain't even got no fucking money. It's the knowledge that's the power. And then, like I said, the healing. I've been healing myself. I've been facing even like childhood. I just went through some shit with my brother. Like, you know, I had to apologize to him because I always made him feel like he wasn't good enough. I never picked him on my basketball teams and shit like that. You know, little petty ass shit that we think is petty. It really be fucking people up. And they hold on to that shit into adulthood. And it's time for us to make things right with people that we have offended and that we have did wrong by. And really just let the ego go, because the ego ain't gonna save you when them troops run down on your ass. What's gonna save us is vibrating high so we can activate our superpowers. They have weapons that will sense your body heat. So it don't matter how deep under the ground you are, they'll fucking send a missile and blow your ass up. But when you're vibrating high because you're walking in truth and you done set yourself free, you ain't got no more blockages and shit. You being real with yourself, being real with everybody else. Apologize, making things right, making amends, because love is the highest vibration, period. So once you do that, you can activate your superpowers. And them motherfuckers come with they drones, with the body heat sensors and shit, and you're able to cloak yourself where they can't even see you. You living in nature, you able to blend in with the tree and shit. Like the things that they show us in these movies, that shit is about to pop. It's about to pop off in the earth. Are you prepared? Have you got yourself right? We worrying about the wrong things, worrying about everybody else on the outside of us. Ain't nobody coming to save us. Self-preservation is the first law. It's not about being selfish, but doing what you need to do to make sure you where you at, because you can't pour from an empty glass. Even myself, I'm around here trying to save the world and I ain't got shit. I need healing. I need this. I need that. I'm thinking I'm the shit. I'm thinking I'm perfect. Oh, it's me. This, that, and the third. And I needed a lot. I had a lot of inner work to do. And I'm still working on myself because it took all this time for it to manifest. So it's going to take a while to really rid ourselves and to really heal ourselves. It's an ongoing process. So I just wanted to reach out to my Instagram peoples and let y'all know that this shit about to pop, but that we are not defeated. Our life is what we make it. If you don't stand for something, you're gonna fall for anything. And a bitch got me fucked up if they think they're gonna take my life, period. So I just want to encourage you all. If you're feeling like you're not worthy, I just want to let you know you are. And it's time to get back on your shit. For real. All that self-pity shit and drowning in self-pity and feeling sorry for yourself and woe is me, woe is you. So woe is you, get your shit together. The time has ran out. It's time to get it together so that we can be ready for this final war. And in the meantime, y'all check out this new music we done dropped. You know what I'm saying? Sindel dropped this new album today, Reasons. We got Ja Guidance, No Compromise, Your Majesty, Return of the Matriarch, Shanta K coming soon. Return of the Dragon, Rise of the Divine Feminine. We out here. Peace, y'all.